Hey everyone, I am Ashley Blankton and this is the Campfire. Today we are taking a look at 146A. After realignment, nothing has changed as far as teams go in this district. Here's a reminder of what teams reside in 146A. Aldine, Benjamin Davis, Eisenhower, MacArthur, Nimitz, Spring, Decaney, and Westfield. Spring, Westfield, and Spring have been the kings of this district in years past, but could others be ready to pounce in 2022? Let's analyze those teams in our film session. Spring Westfield has always been the hunted in this district, and it should be the same in 2022. The Mustangs went 12-1 last year and graduated both the district offensive and defensive players of the year. But Westfield always has players waiting in the wings. Look for the Mustangs to be a favorite for the district title. As for Spring, they might have gotten hit even harder with departures. Not just their big three receiving corps and quarterback Bishop Davenport, but their head coach Trent Miller left for Willis. They will be looking for inexperienced players to step up to keep them in the race. Decaney, though, may be ready to make a move for the district title this year. They bring back quarterback Jonah Wilson, along with his main target and big-time wide receiver, Jonah Wilson. The Wildcats will most likely be a playoff team, but don't be surprised if they get a first-round home game as well. As for the Aldine schools, Eisenhower has the inside track for a playoff spot as they bring back Houston's top athlete, Ryan Niblett. He can hurt you in many ways, and with the newcomer of the year, Darian DeBlanc, teaming up with him at wide receiver, the Eagles have a lot of offensive weapons. One of the best returning rushers in the district is at Nimitz with tailback Joseph Sanders. And with Corey Huff Jr. spearheading the defense, the Cougars could be trouble. Aldine Davis lost some offensive power to graduation, but big Demarion Ferentz on the defensive line should help strengthen the defense. Aldine and MacArthur will look to improve on a combined one district win. A superb athlete like Ryan Niblett will be a difference maker for Eisenhower. Now let's dig even deeper into 146A with Houston Chronicle reporter John Portman and producer Ward Result in our district breakdown.
It is district breakdown time. We are in 146A, joined by Houston Chronicle reporter John Portman. Not much changed during realignment as far as teams go. When I say not much, I mean nothing changed. It's just the same district, but we do have some coach changes. What do you expect to happen in this district? Is it the same old, or do you expect some different stuff?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to argue against, what we've seen in the past, and that's Spring and Westfield pretty much dominating this district. Going into you look at the last 2 years, and it was pretty much a foregone conclusion that when those two played in the middle of the season, it was going to be for the district championship, and that's exactly what happened. Spring won in 2020 on a Hail Mary, and that was the big one that they needed, went undefeated in district, and then Westfield came out and beat them last year for the district title. So, it's hard to argue with that history. Obviously, these programs are two great programs that have had a lot of success, especially in recent years. Westfield is always one of the top, it seems like they're always one of the top programs in the state year after year, and they've done an excellent job, continuing that culture and that tradition. And then, the big thing for Spring is they're going to have a new head coach. Trent Miller took the head coaching job up at Willis. So, they're going to have a new head coach, and that is Decaney defensive coordinator Antonio Singleton. So, he's going to have the task of coming in there, into a already well-established program and trying to continue the success that they've had.
All right, John, I appreciate you joining us. We got 156A next, which is another one that did not see too terribly much change, but we'll talk that through next week.
Sounds good.
The guys had much more to say on this district, and you can catch the entire district breakdown this Wednesday on our social media platforms. We've heard about the teams. Now let's take a look at some of the athletes to watch out for and our players on the rise. Ryan Niblett is unquestionably the best athlete in this district, if not the Houston area. The Aldine Eisenhower wide receiver started his high school career at quarterback because his coaches wanted the ball in his hands at all times. When he goes to Texas for his college ball, Niblett will be playing receiver, but for the Eagles, he played everywhere. As a matter of fact, he scored a touchdown as a receiver, kick returner, defensive back, and quarterback last year. Spring Dekaney's wide receiver, Jonah Wilson, isn't too shabby either. The Wildcat wideout caught 34 balls for 8 touchdowns last year and has 15 scores for his high school career. Wilson is a converted quarterback and has made the most of his new position as he averages over 20 yards per catch. Wilson has been offered by Ohio State, Texas, and Baylor, among others. At Aldine Nimitz, Corey Huff Jr. is a problem opponents need to solve for in the secondary. The senior finished his season with 3 picks, but what the opposing team will remember most is his 55 bone-crushing tackles. Huff is not afraid to lay the wood, which is why Baylor is ecstatic that Corey verbally committed to play college ball in Waco. Another ball hawk in this district is Spring Westfield's Cameron Phoenix. Just like Huff, Phoenix has an eye for the ball, which is why he too finished with 3 picks. Cameron was a first-team All-District selection at safety and will be one of the leaders among the Mustangs defense in 2022. Niblett and Wilson could be the best wide receivers not only in the district, but all of Houston, guys. Our Ward Fasold had a chance to talk to the Eisenhower head coach, Eric Jackson, to see if he feels his Eagles can snag one of those 4 playoff spots in our Media Day segment.
All right, it's Media Day. It is 14-6A, and I'm joined by Aldine Eisenhower head coach, Eric Jackson. Coach, yeah, you go through UIL. A lot of districts are nervous about what's going to happen in realignment, but they looked at your district and they're like, yeah, we're good. We'll just leave this one alone. Talk about going back into this district with the same teams that you're used to playing, and maybe trying to turn that result around a little bit. I know you struggled a little bit last year, maybe trying to flip that thing this year.
Well, like you say, it's similarity. With the district that we have, we kind of familiar with each other. We did have some changes in the district. Nimitz have a new head coach. Aldine and Spring will have a new head coach, so that's gonna be a little different. But we're a district that we can go compete against each other. Spring has had the upper hand, always have good teams, and so we just looking for to compete and to do the very best we can. In our situation, I feel good about my team. We got 7 coming back on offense, 7 coming back on defense. Last year we was 3-7. We took our hits. We know it. But I told myself I'm gonna play these young kids. I played about 4 freshmen, a lot of sophomores, but I thought they was up to the challenge. We took our hits, but they learned how to play on Friday night, and I really believe that it helped us. And I think we're gonna be a good football team this year. Kids are excited, the coaches are excited, I'm excited, the school is excited. So we're looking for big things this year.
Well, Coach, there is playoff spots to be had in this district, and with your experience, let's go out there and get that, man. I appreciate you join me, and good luck this season.
Thank you.
You can hear the entire interview with Coach Jackson on our social media platforms this Friday, or if you just can't wait, head on over to iTunes and Spotify for the Inside High School Sports Houston podcast of the Campfire. It's our extended version. It's great. You get all of this stuff before it releases on our platform. So maybe you want to go check that one out. But you can keep up with everything on the high school football scene on our Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram accounts. Until next time, I am Ashley Billington, and thank you for watching the Campfire.